This is Markin Out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Follow on Twitter. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Marking Out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. Brennan likes fisting. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. We marking out, y'all. We're marking out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans.
Welcome to Markin Out. Pro Wrestling Talk by Pro Wrestling fans. This is episode 771. Make sure that you are subscribed and downloading on all podcast platforms, such as on Spotify. Make sure that you give us a 5-star rating to go with that 5-star frog splash. Buy a t-shirt over at prowrestlingtees.com/markinout. Give us a like on Facebook. Give us a follow on TikTok at Markin Out. On Twitter at Markin Out, on Instagram at Markin Out 11. You can follow me on all social media platforms. That's right, it is Dave the Rave, and you can follow me at David PTDPT. You can follow Chris at CM Sweeney 85 on Instagram, on Twitter, on Instagram, and Chris Sweendog on Twitter. And you can follow Brandon at BTTG161 on all social media platforms. Brandon, how are you?
I am doing awesome as always. How about yourself?
I'm doing very good over here. Very, very good. It is getting a chill A over here.
Yeah,
getting cold.
First snow of this season at least.
Yeah. Got to see the snow outside.
I think I saw a snowflake. I missed it.
Oh, I got
for the most part.
Really? I got to see a good amount.
Yeah, I missed it for the most part. I think I saw like one snowflake.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
I will say though, speaking of snow and snowflakes and stuff, I
snow
found out. It literally blew my mind, so that's why I'm bringing this up. I found out that the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree gets turned into lumber for Habitat for Humanity once it's down in January. Yeah. I had no clue. So that tree gets turned into houses. I had no idea. And then also I found out you can buy individual lights from the tree that get turned into Christmas tree ornaments.
That I didn't know. Well, or maybe I did know, but I don't remember.
I didn't know about either of those.
Yeah. It's nice that they make the most of it, and I believe it's from upstate New York again.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know if it's not Albany, but somewhere maybe near Albany.
Yeah, usually it's up in that region of Albany, Troy.
I also went to the Cheesecake Factory, as I always do. But
What? No way. Shocker.
I asked them if they can make me their orange chicken without the chicken being fried. And they said they never did it before, but they did it. It was a little bit dry, but I would 100% order it again. I thought it was really good. And I mean...
That's nice that they were able to do that for you.
Yeah, and I feel like if they offered that on their menu, people would order that. I would rather have that than the fried version.
You should tweet to...
They don't want my feedback. I had emailed them recently over something else on their menu because I felt like I was getting slack for something on their menu. But because they have their brand new bowls, and one of those bowls is a Peruvian chicken bowl, and I posted that, of course, to social media, and I get all these comments saying like, "This isn't Peruvian. What makes this Peruvian? This is more like a Cuban dish." So I emailed them, just be like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but like a lot of Peruvians are telling me that this dish has nothing to do with Peruvian chicken or anything.
That's funny.
And they're like,
what did they say?
Forward that. They said they'll forward it to their, I don't know, like their, not taste team, but like whatever team that would be.
That's funny. Brandon got somebody fired.
No, I don't even think it went further because it's still on the menu, so it's not like they're not changing it or anything.
I mean, when did you email them?
I mean, it's been a while at this point.
Years?
No, not years. It's a brand new dish.
Yeah, that stuff is going to take a while if they even adjust.
I feel like if enough people are saying this is not Peruvian chicken, you should alerts, red flags should go off and be like, well, maybe we should change this rather soon than not.
I mean, but as of now, it may have just been you bringing it to their attention.
No, because I Googled that. I Googled it after the fact, and there's other people not on my post that are complaining, and there's other videos about it as well.
They're still ordering it, though.
And it's a good dish. I think it's a really good dish. And I was like, oh, this would be great with tortillas. And somebody, I guess they were Peruvian, said, we don't eat tortillas. I was like, well, I mean, yeah, Bam roasted at me.
That's funny. But
I would 100% order that orange chicken unfried. And I don't get it with the orange zest. I don't need zest. I'm not a zest person.
Sometimes I like the zest.
It's too bitter.
Ah, okay.
If that's the right word.
It could be. Who's keeping track?
I don't know, nice. But how was your short
My week was very good. Let's see, Saturday I actually went for a massage.
Ew.
Yeah. I went to Hand and Stone to get worked on a bit. And then after that, and that was nice. That was relaxing. I may see what my other options are for next time, different places. I know the franchises like Hand and Stone, Elements, and stuff like that, Massage Envy. But maybe I'll try a place in Queens next. See what the differences are versus a mom and pop kind of a store versus
I can think of some differences.
Franchises. Well, for the record, I'm keeping it all legal. I got a licensure on the line. I'm keeping it all legal. Yeah. After that, I actually went to try some Chinese food around the corner from me. I forgot the place, but it's nearby, right on Hillside. So I wanted to try some more different foods around here. So I did get Chinese food out here, and it tasted really good. I was very impressed. But I had that, and then
did you? By the way, not to interrupt you or not, but did you see the tweet? There was a report that came out that Andrade walked out of an event in Mexico, and
no.
So it says that he walked out on a show in Mexico, and then he quote tweeted that, and he said he went to go get. I think he said something like he went to go get the Chinese food from some place or whatever. I translate. First of all, I translated the sentence to see what exactly it said. I could understand some of it, and then I looked up the place in Tijuana to see maybe what kind of food is worth walking out of a show. Yeah. And it's a gentleman's club, and all these wrestlers. You got Phoenix was replying, saying it's a must stop spot or a must stop spot. Roosh replied. I thought that was one of the funniest things.
Oh man.
I'm sure, if you were to just translate that sentence, it sounds like he went to go get Chinese food. But if you went the extra step to look up to see what the restaurant was, you would see it wasn't a restaurant. Although they do have food, so
that's funny. Come on now. All right, yeah. So I got that. The students got their results for their exams last week, so a lot of my time was actually spent working. I did watch the new episode of Welcome to Derry, which I really am enjoying that show. And yeah, everything else is good. We had a...
I was going to say, did you see that your girl Kim Kardashian failed her bar exam and then blamed it, or not necessarily blamed it, but she apparently had psychics tell her that she was multiple psychics. Family trusted psychics that said that she was going to pass. And they all said that she was going to pass, and they failed. I thought that was the goofiest video I saw.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was just like, ooh, she's got to call me now. We got to hook her up with Final Frontier. I already pitched it to Derek and Dr. Singh, and I'm like,
why is that something that they do for
No.
Law? Oh.
But I'm like, hey, I mean, if we could get Kim Kardashian to pass her bar exam, I mean, come on now. We could try.
She could be featured on the next episode of Markin Out. Former host of WrestleMania.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, Monday Night Raw kicked off Boston, Massachusetts. Triple H opened the show. That was a surprise. And he said that a lot of people disagree about a lot of things, but on Monday Night Raw, everyone can agree about one thing, alluding to John Cena. He put him over big time. He introduced John Cena. I know as soon as I saw Triple H was the one opening Raw, I was like, oh, the IWC is not having this.
Now tell me, why was the IWC not happy about Triple H opening?
Is always the center of attention. His head is just as big as his nose. Blah, 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 blah.
Same garbage over and over again. I thought it was a great speech by Triple H. A great fired up, like, hey, this is our guy. Like, we're going to miss John Cena. Have him right now. Appreciate what you have right now.
Yeah.
So he brings out John Cena, and he spoke about his last match. He said that the goal is to leave the business better than how he found it. And he spoke about the last time is now tournament, and he said that the finals of that tournament, Saturday night's main event, it's going to be a night of opportunity, which will feature exhibitions from Raw and SmackDown superstars. I don't know if it's against NXT superstars or if it's just going to be like a giant mix as well, but I think it's going to be like a brand versus brand sort of thing. So
yeah,
I think
it seems like it's very
I think that's really cool.
Interesting.
And he said that he wants
intrigued.
to see he wanted to come to Boston one more time, so there they are. Boston. I'm no like Celtics fan or anything. Celtics fan, sorry, jeez. That shirt was fire. It was a version of the banners that they hang in their rafters. They show off the one for Madison Square Garden. It's a Yankees shirt? Are you kidding me? That's goofy, bro. Like, the Fanatics Fest one was orange and like a darker blue, not navy blue. You can kind of say maybe this was the New York Knicks colors, even though I don't think it was like Knicks colors.
Yeah, this was a Knicks.
Yankees, though, bro. How does that make sense?
MSG, yes.
If
very
you were
well
going
known
to
as
do,
the Yankees.
if you were going to do that, you should have went all in, made the Giants and Jets shirts available again, given us Mets, Yankees, Islanders, Rangers, Knicks. I mean, Nets too, I guess, technically. How do you pick?
Actually, yeah, true.
How do you pick the Yankees? I understand it to a certain extent, but go have a show in the Bronx if you want to do that. So many Knicks fans were expecting New York Knicks t-shirts.
Yeah, have it Knicks related or Rangers related, but
I don't know,
have it
man.
Yankee related at MSG?
I thought for sure we were going to get like some sort of, because of that Celtics shirt, I thought we were going to get like a banner, an MSG sort of banner t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid me, got worked a little bit. And then I saw a picture of the next t-shirt for Saturday night's main event. I was expecting like a little bit more red, white, and blue. It's just a navy blue t-shirt. White font, red background. The San Diego one makes sense, but I don't know. It's quite a disappointing t-shirt for Madison Square Garden.
I know. It's a letdown. It's not one that I am going to be investing in.
But this opening segment, we had Dominic Mysterio. You might want to look at the Fanatics Fest shirts. Although these are going to probably stay on WWE Shop for quite some time, not like the Fanatics Fest ones. I wish they would bring those back out. I wish they had my size.
Yeah.
But Dominic interrupted and asked Triple H what he's going to do about what happened last week with Rey Mysterio. And John Cena tried to intervene, and Dominic told him that he would put John Cena down. John Cena told Dominic Mysterio to choose his words wisely because if he's picking a fight in Boston, he's going to lose that fight.
Boom.
And
Boom,
he said,
right there.
There was another
That's
big
not-
pop for me when John Cena said,
that's
out
not
of
a-
respect for Rey Mysterio.
That is not a prediction. That is not a prediction. That is a spoiler.
But when Cena said, out of respect for Rey Mysterio, I'll let Dominic Mysterio leave, obviously that was not going to sit with Dom. I thought that was a perfect line to add in there, given everything, the history between Dominic and Rey, especially after last week. That's why Dominic came out there. But Dominic said that he's better than John Cena is in his prime. In any era, he would beat him. And Triple H went off of what Dominic had said and set up a match for the Intercontinental Championship in Boston right then and there. Dom's facials throughout that whole segment were, like, spot on.
Incredible.
And then we go to the match. John Cena picks up the victory over Dominic Mysterio to become the new Intercontinental Champion. John Cena hits that Grand Slam. I think the worst part of this was that it started during a commercial break. I didn't like that.
That's true.
But this was a very entertaining match.
I 100% agree with you.
Towards
This
the
was
beginning,
very entertaining.
when Dom tried to leave, John Cena went out there to grab him. He's obviously not letting Dominic leave, but then Dom took over. And he controlled a lot of this match. That was, I don't know, should I be surprised at something like that now in 2025?
I don't think so. I don't think you should be surprised. I think that it was very well done, and I like that he actually got the benefit of the match at times.
Yeah,
Getting
John
one
Cena.
up on John Cena.
Yeah, Cena did the 5-knuckle shuffle, went to follow it up with the attitude adjustment. Dominic wiggled out. He got out of that. And then he went and took the turnbuckle pad off. And when the referee was distracted with that, he goes outside and grabs a chair and tries the Eddie Guerrero trick. He throws the chair to John Cena. Cena throws the chair down, also lies down on the mat, and then does the most Bugs Bunny-esque sort of wink to Dominic into the camera almost. Probably into the camera. I thought that was hilarious. And then when Dominic was arguing with the referee, John Cena went for another attitude adjustment, and Dominic held onto the rope, which then causes the referee to get knocked down. That's twice that Dominic technically got out of the attitude adjustment. And then Cena, while the referee's out, locks Dominic in the STF. Dom taps. Cena thinks he won right then and there. He lets him go. He sees that the referee's knocked out. Dominic goes out and grabs the Intercontinental Championship. Goes to swing on John with that. John ducks it. He hits him with another attitude adjustment. And then you think maybe that's about to be it. Dominic kicks out again. This was a phenomenal match for Dominic.
Oh, yeah. To have this sort of a match against John Cena, this was huge.
And I'm sure there's people out there who think he's buried.
Of course.
He hit the 619.
Always.
He technically hit the frog splash, but John Cena rolled through it. Hit the attitude adjustment again off of that roll through, and that's when he won the Intercontinental Championship. You had the roster celebrate with John Cena afterwards. Rey Mysterio was there. He told John Cena that Dominic really needed that. Cody was there. He congratulated him. He was like, I wouldn't miss this for the world. I didn't even put two and two together in my head until after the fact. Obviously, later on, I'll talk about it in a second. And then a lot of people are saying they hope that Gunther doesn't win this tournament, and I'm starting to feel that way as well. I don't know. I'm torn.
I mean,
like
I'm
there's
okay
there's a clear path where if Gunther wins that tournament, we have to assume now that the Intercontinental Champion is John Cena. That title will be on the line. I don't see John Cena losing it on Monday Night Raw. I don't see him losing it at Survivor Series.
MS. Yes, I agree with you on that.
So whoever wins that whoever gets into that match will either take the title from John Cena or Cena retires as the Intercontinental Champion. I don't think John Cena needs to retire as champion. I don't think John Cena would want to retire winning his last match. I feel like he's the person that would put whoever is in that match over. A lot of people are arguing that Gunther's already been World Heavyweight Champion to the point where he doesn't really need that. And I could see that side of the argument. I would really I wouldn't care if Gunther was in that match. I would still be a fan of that. Other people are like, well, you obviously have somebody from NXT win the tournament and then instantly they're pushed as Intercontinental Champion. Which I would be happy with that too. You have somebody like Obafemi or something, like all of a sudden, now he's the Intercontinental Champion. He just retired John Cena to become the Intercontinental Champion.
I feel like if anything, he would be the only person that could actually do something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
so if it's not going to be Gunther, then let it be somebody like Obafemi, or not somebody like, let it be Obafemi.
Yeah, because there's nobody else on that NXT roster that can actually believable-wise, defeat John Cena, but on top of that, have the benefit of defeating John Cena and doing something with it. I feel like it's important that if it is anybody, that it's him.
However,
100%.
If it is Gunther,
yes,
I'm going
if it's not Gunther, it has to be Obafemi.
But I'm saying,
I don't know
if it is Gunther. I need Gunther to hold that championship and really make it look super strong all the way to WrestleMania, where we have Sheamus finally beat Gunther for that championship and have Sheamus also become a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah, he's the next one that has to be that Grand Slam.
That's what I really need that. So we move on to the Last Time Is Now tournament. The first match on Monday Night Raw saw Rusev pick up the victory over Damian Priest. Wade Barrett said that this match most likely wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for such a big prize. Because of Damian Priest, he wouldn't have been cleared because of his eye due to the fireball still. And
I like that they're playing that up still.
Which I didn't even notice until people posted that picture over and over again online. One of his eyes, he's got one of the gimmicked eyes. Like Aleister Black did. Yeah, one of those. I
haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, one of his eyes are red. Has got like a red contact.
I haven't seen that yet.
Unless it was an edited image, I don't know. Because I tried watching the match over and over again, and I couldn't tell based on that. But I thought this match was good back and forth between both of them. And then in the end of the match, Rusev ends up poking Damian Priest in the eyes. I feel like the referee had to have seen that. Even the eye gouge in the corner, I feel like, how did the referee not see that? But he gouged the eyes. Priest couldn't see. And Rusev hit a Machka kick to get the victory and advance in that tournament.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that Rusev picked up the victory.
Part of me was, but then once they explained at the beginning of the match, once they explained that Damian Priest probably wouldn't have been in this had it not been for like big stakes, and he was still selling the eye. I mean, that's something we've seen on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So we had that, and then later on in the tournament, we had Sheamus pick up the victory over Shinsuke Nakamura. It was cool seeing Nakamura on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's been on Monday Night Raw, but Sheamus is he's such a great wrestler and future Hall of Famer. You know, I think that bro kick is I really love that as a finisher, the bro kick. Yeah. I think it's such a high impact move. But I'm happy that Sheamus is advancing in the tournament.
And this was one of those matches. I would like to see him
as Grand Slam champ.
But again, though, I don't think that's going to happen in John Cena's retirement match.
I agree with you. It's going to happen within the next 2 years.
I hope it's WrestleMania. If Gunther wins, like I said, I hope that's what it is. But this match, I don't know if it was more so I couldn't tell who was going to win or I couldn't pick who I wanted to win. More, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But the crowd, at times, they were fully behind Sheamus. They weren't like booing Nakamura at all, but Sheamus ends up getting out of the way of a Kinshasa multiple times. And then finally hits a bro kick. Off of, Sheamus did, Nakamura did that spin kick. And Sheamus got sent into the ropes. And I thought that was a phenomenal bro kick there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a bro kick out of nowhere. And then Sheamus helped Shinsuke Nakamura up. They shook hands. They hugged. That was a perfect ending.
I agree. I agree with you.
And then we found out 2 more matches that'll be taking place at Madison Square Garden. One being Javon Evans versus Gunther, which is probably going to be like the most interesting matchup of this tournament.
Yeah, Gunther's going over on that one.
You have to know that.
For sure.
But I think this is going to be maybe one of the best matches of that tournament.
I could agree with that.
And then we have Solo Sikoa versus an opponent who Adam Pearce did not want to name. How could they not have it be Matt Cardona?
It has to be Matt.
It has to be. There's no way it's not. It has to be Matt Cardona.
Yeah, especially with everything with their back and forth with each other over Twitter, which is hilarious, where Joe Hendry put out a music video, like a legit, I don't know if we've seen an actual music video. Have
many
we?
Times. Yes, his entrance video is a music video.
No. Besides his music video, and
that is though. And yeah, all the other videos that he's done this for. His other feuds.
I don't
remember.
remember.
You new to Joe Hendry?
Yeah. I mean, I know that before WWE he was doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember him actually doing a legit music video.
This might be the second time. Now that I'm thinking about it, this might be the second time he's used American Pie. Part of me thinks he used that for Drew McIntyre. Drew Galloway. I'm not 100% sure on that.
But that's the thing. Did he do a legit music video for anybody in NXT? I don't think so.
I can't remember.
Like, I don't think he's actually done a music.
We've seen this sort of style from him before. Maybe not in NXT, but we have seen it at TNA. We've seen it for before.
Yeah, but we've
TNA.
seen it. I'm talking about before TNA and stuff like that. We've seen this from him, but I don't remember him actually doing a legit music video like how he used to do it in a long time. It's been a long time, if anything. It's been the first time somebody in WWE, well, I guess for WWE, but this music video was awesome, and Matt already is capitalizing on it with his I Love Toys t-shirt, which you can buy.
It has to be Matt Cardona at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, you can buy that t-shirt at ProWrestlingTees.com. Go support Matt. And I love the fact that Chelsea got the cease and desist letter.
From Luca Crucifino.
Yeah. And then Joe Hendry even responding, being like, I know a lawyer's posting him as the lawyer for Rusev and Lana. Yeah. Awesome stuff. But next up we had good old CM Punk.
Yeah, he called Logan Paul out. Logan Paul said that he's smarter than CM Punk is. And he's smarter than everybody in Boston. Really getting that crowd to hate him. CM Punk was ready for a fight. Logan Paul didn't care. And he said that after taking the tsunami last week, his eyes were open to a new vision, and out came the vision. Paul Heyman said that CM Punk betrays all his friends. And then CM Punk challenged the vision, kind of stupidly, to come down and fight him. Jey Uso showed up, and then Cody showed up. I didn't even realize that Cody, when he congratulated John Cena, I didn't realize he was wearing the camo. Cody's like, oh, I'm here because I couldn't miss this. Yeah, okay, brother. You're wearing camo. So they all brawl, and it actually, the faces come out on top in that brawl. And then later on, backstage, it sets up WarGames. William Regal even had a cameo from him. WarGames.
Yeah, that was a huge mark out moment.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I thought that was great.
But this leads me to believe that the way that they set this up, it doesn't seem like it's 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm.
Is it going to be 4-on-4? Like with the Vision getting one more person and them getting one more person? Not to jump ahead, but the women also don't seem like it's 5-on-5.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's possible.
We'll put a pin in that.
Talking about the women, we had Stephanie Vicaire pick up the victory over Raquel Rodriguez to retain her Women's World Championship. I thought that this was a great showcase for the both of them. And I thought that Vicaire really showed her resilience against Raquel Rodriguez, and especially when she got the chance to counter the Tejana Bomb and finished her up with the Devil's Kiss with that after, and then going into the corkscrew. What's the name of it? The corkscrew moonsault.
It's just a corkscrew moonsault. They said it. I think they said a word in Spanish. I don't know.
No. They actually had a name for it now.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was. It might have been just corkscrew in Spanish. I don't know. That wouldn't make sense. I don't know.
No. It's an actual. They actually have a name for it now. But yeah, I thought that this match was good.
Yeah, and Nikki Bella was ringside to take care of Roxanne Perez if she was going to get involved. But before that even happened, Raquel, pretty early on in the match, reversed that Devil's Kiss. And she stood up. She stood up with Stephanie Vicaire on her shoulders to dump her into the corner. And then, like last week, the struggle with the SVB came into play. Mm-hmm. So even though Raquel Rodriguez lost here, this match still, I think, very much so elevated Raquel. Because she looked strong the whole match. I was very surprised that SVB wasn't. I thought for sure we were going to see Stephanie Vicaire struggle with that SVB. I said this last week. I thought we were going to see it multiple times, and then finally she gets it on Raquel Rodriguez. The fact that she couldn't get that at all on Raquel Rodriguez makes her look even better. Mm-hmm. So, well done to WWE for doing that for Raquel.
Yeah.
But Roxanne got involved. Nikki ends up taking her down. And then obviously what you said was the ending. Afterwards, Roxanne Perez attacks Stephanie Vicaire. Nikki Bella takes her down again. And she's celebrating with Stephanie Vicaire. She goes, grabs the title. Vicaire turns around, boom. Nikki Bella clocks Stephanie Vicaire with that World Heavyweight Championship or World Championship, whatever they're calling it. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah,
it was something that you thought would maybe be happening. You just didn't know when.
Yeah, I thought that it was very good. I hope that this is towards the end of the Bella stuff.
What do you mean? She has to either win the title or something. I don't know.
I hope
or
lose
Vicaire,
and then sayonara.
And that's I don't want her to be gone. The last time that happened, by the way, she got to a certain point where she got the title shot, she lost, and then she was gone.
That's the thing. I don't think that she needs to.
But I don't think she needs to win the championship either. But I'm enjoying her on TV, helping, I think, elevate other people.
But so then I would have her lose. I would think she has to lose to Vicaire. But then I don't know where she would go from there.
Yeah,
if she's going to elevate people, then she's going to have to lose.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. And that's like a big hot topic was how could she possibly get a title shot? Which we don't know if she's officially getting a title shot, but like, come on, she's getting a title shot probably at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
How could she get a title shot when she's lost her past 3 or so matches? Mm-hmm. I feel like that's wrestling. That's a storyline. She just literally turned on Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah.
Why would Stephanie not want revenge?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then later on, the main event, we saw the Kabuki Warriors pick up the victory over Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, become the new women's tag team champions. Not expecting that at all. I didn't expect that. And I feel like this match, the whole time, might have been like Charlotte Flair. I don't really remember Alexa Bliss in this match.
She wasn't there too often.
At one point, I remember the champions went to do that dual natural selection, but Asuka ends up turning Charlotte's into an Asuka lock, which I thought was nice. Flair got out of that, and she tried to tag in Alexa Bliss, and then Kairi Sane ripped her off the apron. Charlotte eventually locked in the figure 4. She went to arch for the figure 8, and Kairi went up to the top for an insane elbow. When she comes off the top, she lands right into a Sister Abigail DDT. So I thought that was a nice little combo right there. I thought that could have been the end of the match right there. Asuka taps out to that, to the figure 8. Nia Jackson Lash Legend showed up. They broke the submission. Referee didn't see it, and then the Kabuki Warriors hit that double team insane elbow drop, DDT, whatever you want to call it. They win the match. And then Nia Jax,
and I gotta say something.
What?
Well, before you go on to that, I gotta say kudos to Asuka with her awareness within the ring to do what she did to Charlotte Flair too. I saw a clip of she was about to hit the insane elbow and stuff like that, their finisher, and Asuka noticed that Charlotte Flair's arm was out of place, like she had it dangling at her side instead of like protecting herself. Where if she kept it where her arm was going to remain, Kairi, when she came down, was legit going to like land on her arm as well, causing potential injury. So Asuka, at the very last moment, she actually grabs Charlotte's arm that's dangling there and taps it for Charlotte to like bring it in tight, and then she goes for the move. I'm like, that's just huge awareness of Asuka on that one.
I didn't notice that at all.
Yeah, I thought that was really. I feel like that was very impressive. That was veteran right there.
So yeah, after the match, you had Nia Jax, Lash Legend, attack Alexa Bliss. They took out Charlotte Flair. The Kabuki Warriors got in the ring and sort of stared them down at first, and then they end up joining to beat down the former champions. Io ran down to make the save. She eventually got taken down as well. And then Rhea Ripley returned and took everyone out. Rhea Ripley's nose was broken in Japan, so she's going into WarGames again with a broken nose, or with a mask on her face. She grabbed the microphone, yelled WarGames. That sets up, it seems like 4-on-4 for them too. I feel like it might have been a little bit lazy for them to do the same kind of sort of setup. Yeah, I mean, especially in the same night. I think that's goofy, but I'm excited for both matches. Rewind a few weeks ago, I didn't want to see any of those men in the main event in WarGames. Now I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think it's exciting.
Will there be more? Who, like 2 more, 1 more? Who knows? Will it be John Cena? Will it be LA Knight? Will John Cena have a singles match? Who knows? Will John Cena wrestle at Madison Square Garden next week? Who knows?
Bow, bow, bow.
Part of me wishes he wouldn't. Just so I can say I saw his last match at MSG. At least. Couldn't see him on this tour at all, except for Fanatics Fest, thankfully.
Yeah, we did see him.
I just wish I had a t-shirt.
We saw his last SummerSlam presser.
Yeah. Or whatever. No, we saw his last kickoff to SummerSlam press conference or whatever that was.
Yeah.
So that is Monday Night Raw. Moving over to NXT. It opened up with the culling, with Tatum Paxley sort of apologizing to the culling for not listening to them and losing their match the other week, which Izzy accepted the apology of. And she said that she just has to stop giving out title shots to everyone. Tatum Paxley spoke about how exciting it was to spin the wheel. And she asked why she can't be a champion who does do both, who listens to them and gives out those title shots. And Izzy said the more that championship is defended, the more chances there are of her losing that title. And not everyone deserves a shot at that championship. You had Fatal Influence come out. JC Jane said nobody knows how she feels more than she does in regards to losing her friends. And she said that the best way to prove to everyone that Halloween Havoc wasn't a fluke is to give her a title shot. And it should be against somebody who deserves it. Tatum said that she'll stop giving title shots after Gold Rush at Madison Square Garden, and that match gets set up. The first match, man oh man, you had Jasper Troy pick up the victory over El Grande Americano to become the new WWE Speed Champion. I liked that the crowd was singing the Olay chants from El Grande Americano's theme song. Jasper Troy, rightfully so, controlled a lot of this match. He grabbed the chain at one point. Los Americanos tried to stop him, and the referee ends up kicking them from ringside. During that time, El Grande Americano dove out onto Troy. He got the metal plate and then tried to load his mask. The referee saw it. And then Jasper Troy squashed him in the corner. And that led to Jasper Troy getting the victory. I think it's cool that somebody from LFG is now a champion in WWE. I think this probably has to lead to Dominic Mysterio losing that mega championship to El Grande Americano. Yet Thea Hale picked up the victory over Alba Fire. This stemmed from a backstage segment. And later on, Thea Hale thanked Joe Hendry for last week, and he thanked her. This match was pretty even. I thought it was very good to see a match like this between Thea Hale and Alba Fire, something that we don't get from either of them, or we haven't had something like this in quite some time. I liked that Thea Hale was like super excited to face a former NXT UK champion. I like that was added in there. Chelsea Green got involved multiple times. Ethan Page got involved. And Chelsea went to slap Joe Hendry at one point. He ducked it. She ends up slapping Ethan Page. Thea Hale reversed that gory bomb with the sunset flip, gets the victory. Leads me to believe that we're not going to see new champions at Madison Square Garden. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, I believe, will be retaining those titles. You had Blake Monroe have a sit-down interview. Her special guest ended up being herself, dressed in all black. I will say that it was Mariah May. I know that it wasn't. She was there, though, to kind of check Blake Monroe. And she said that she needs to do whatever it takes to keep that championship, and she should let her be part of her. Let her be part of that match. And Blake Monroe, kind of on the fence about it. I didn't, that was kind of like, I don't know, that was kind of added character to me for this version of Blake Monroe. But she did accept the darkness. And we'll see, I don't know what we'll see from that match with Sol Ruca. It'll be interesting. You had Javon Evans come out to make an announcement. He said he was excited and nervous about that match with Gunther. Rightfully so. He got Leon Slater on the phone, who could not be there, according to Javon Evans. But they announced that next week they spoke to Ava, they spoke to Santino. We will see them face off against Dark State for the tag team championships. Dark State then showed up. And they came out, they each of them cut a promo. I thought that was good. And then they surrounded the ring. It turned out Leon was there. And they all brawled. They came out on top. So like the Thea Hale match, I assume we're not going to be seeing new champions from Javon Evans and Leon Slater. After that, we saw Fallon Henley pick up the victory over Skylar Ray to advance to the speed tournament. Skylar won season 2 of LFG. I think both of them had good pin attempts. I do wish that Skylar won this, but I feel like it was kind of obvious that Fallon Henley would be the one advancing. I think it was a good debut match for her. Fallon Henley moves on to face Zarya in the finals at Madison Square Garden. Later on, Lainey Reed, she was speaking to JC Jane and Fallon Henley, and she's like, well, I know what I have to do. Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray were talking to Ava. Ren was like, I think we have something here with this Ren QCC. We need a third member. I could swear Carmen Petrovich was already like part of it. But Lainey Reed walks right up to Kendall, slaps her in the face. That led to a brawl that sets up a match for the Evolve Championship, also at Madison Square Garden. All these matches, I really wish I could have been there for it. You had Tavion Heights pick up the victory over Josh Briggs. Briggs started this on fire. And it was almost like nonstop action from both of them. Josh Briggs, I would say, controlled more of this match to the point where I could have seen him being the one to win. But Tavion Heights ducked a big boot. He got hung up on the ropes and then used the belly-to-belly to get the victory over Josh Briggs. The main event, Ricky Sainz picked up the victory over Trick Williams in a last-man-standing match to retain the NXT Championship. Vic Joseph mentioned on commentary that the last time the NXT title was defended under those rules, it was NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 with Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. I think that was pretty cool that they added that in. I liked the start of this match where Trick Williams, he tried so many times to hit Ricky Sainz with a kendo stick. Ricky Sainz kept ducking it. And Sainz got the kendo stick. He used it. Trick Williams eventually got that kendo stick and used it on the taped ribs of Ricky Sainz. Sainz later on sends Trick Williams through the barricade. I can't say enough. I wish they would stop doing it. The match overall was pretty crazy. Trick hit the trick shot off the steps. He picked Ricky Sainz up for a bookend on the steps. And then he stood on the steps where the steps were kind of around Ricky Sainz's neck, but it wasn't actually around his neck. And Sainz got up without Trick noticing. He tried to spear Trick through that stage and with a chain around his neck. I don't know if that would have done much. I feel like that would have damaged you more than it would Trick. But Trick sidestepped it. Ricky Sainz went through that platform gimmick. They took it into the crowd. Trick hit another trick shot. Ricky Sainz, the ref can't count because Ricky Sainz lands on a chair. I thought that was brilliant. Sainz ends up spearing Trick from the crowd through the commentary table. That was awesome. I think both of them ended up bleeding during this match. This was a great match. And then to end NXT, Obafemi came out. And the show ended. So I don't know where that's going to... I mean, commentary is like, oh, he's coming for another shot. We had our Mark Dreams with Obafemi before. I don't think he needs another shot. So that is NXT. I'm not doing SmackDown. I am going to be in Florida. So we'll touch on SmackDown next week. The quick hits. And right now, I'm going to take a little break and I'll be right back here on Markin Out.
This is Amazing Kong, and you're listening to Markin Out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Markin Out, episode 771. Moving back to AEW Collision from last week, it kicked off with the Bang Bang Gang picking up the victory over FTR. This is what I spoke about last week. We needed bigger wins from the Bang Bang Gang, and we got, I would say this is a very big win for them. They really, very much so needed a victory here. I wish the other antics, though, didn't happen in this match. You had Stokely get chased by Bandito. Gravity as well. He ran up the ramp. Jet Speed came out. Bandito took him out and then hit Cash with a super kick, which the way that super kick happened, I feel like there's no way they cut back. The referee was looking in that direction. I feel like how could the referee not have seen that? But we need that victory. And then you move on. Kyle Fletcher picks up the victory over Ace Austin. The match was good. It was a good showing for Ace Austin, but I almost wish this match didn't happen. Because so far, when wins matter, they're wins that mean nothing. And when he needs a win over somebody bigger, he's losing. Getting a win over Brian Keith and Maximum Male Models is absolutely nothing. Losing to Ricochet and Kyle Fletcher, that does nothing for him. It's like it works in reverse. You had Ty J pick up the victory over Hyan and Maya World. The match was under 2 minutes long. It was supposed to be Nixon Newell and Miranda Alizé, and it turned into a huge IWC witch hunt. It was first reported that they walked out on AEW because they didn't want to lose in 2 minutes. Nixon said that they were fine losing. They just wanted more time to make everybody involved look better. She said the producer agreed, and the producer said, hey, you could leave if you want. It's a small, super small venue. They didn't want to take up room, so they left. The women in AEW are so horribly booked. And looking at this episode, they could have easily shaved minutes off multiple matches to give this match 5 minutes. They're now receiving death threats. They're receiving misogynistic and homophobic comments because that's the IWC. That's what the IWC does. People are acting like Nixon is some like no-name enhancement talent coming in like, I demand this. Nixon said on Twitch that there was no backstage heat. You have multiple women who are never used on television. Some men also who are never used on TV speaking out about time and making jokes about it. But they subtweet from time to time about not being given time. So their stance on this goes completely against their own tweets. Just for the rah-rah AEW defense that happens whenever something like this takes place. I say good on Nixon, good on Alizé. If they think that the match isn't going to do anything for anybody, why not stand up for it? And the match that took place only benefited Hyan and Maya because of the reaction online. It doesn't benefit TJ. That match did nothing for them because that's how AEW works. It sets them up for another match where then they lose. It happens with the men, it happens with the women. Almost weekly. You had Jamie Hayter pick up the victory over Sky Blue to tie up the advantage for Blood and Guts. I enjoyed most of this match. Some of the spots that were supposed to look hard-hitting kind of just looked lazy. But they had really good reversals in this match. The Code Blue was reversed. I don't know what the move was about to be. Maybe a Uranagi from Jamie Hayter, but that got reversed. And then a kick from Sky Blue ends up getting turned into Haterade. Jamie Hayter gets that victory. Julia Hart and Tekla jumped Jamie Hayter afterwards. You had Willow and Harley Cameron make the save. That leads into the next match where Tekla picked up the victory over Harley Cameron to gain the advantage for Blood and Guts. Having 3 women's matches, despite one of them being a meaningless match that was under 2 minutes, it's a vast improvement to only having one match on AEW television. Hopefully that's something that will be continued in AEW. I think Harley Cameron looked maybe the best she's ever looked in this match. But we desperately need more matches that make sense for men and women, but specifically in this case for women. People take to the defense, look how much time the women got on this episode of Collision. That's one episode. That's one episode out of how many years has AEW been in business? They keep preaching, and they don't make good on these sermons. The main event saw Roderick Strong pick up the victory over Jon Moxley via countout to gain the Blood and Guts advantage. I didn't need a 20-minute match like this. It was great to see Roderick Strong in the main event. The match didn't suck. I enjoyed the match. I just didn't need all the extra antics that go with this. Marina Shafir cheated right in front of the referee. Referee couldn't care less. Kyle O'Reilly showed up, backs Marina Shafir off, and then Wheeler Yuta takes him out. Wheeler Yuta grabs a chair, and the referee finally kicks him out from ringside. But Pac shows up, sets up a table right in front of the referee. Kyle O'Reilly ends up taking Pac out. Moxley tried to pile drive Roderick Strong off the apron through the table. Roddy ends up blocking it. Daniel Garcia runs out. He ends up being the person that goes through the table. It led to him and Jon Moxley fighting outside, and Mox got slammed on the steps. Before getting back into the ring, Darby showed up from under the ring. Just by chance, Jon Moxley was going to be outside of the ring in a 10-count spot. Darby grabbed his leg, prevents Jon Moxley from getting back into the ring. Then he used a taser. So that goes into Blood and Guts. I'm not talking about Dynamite this week. I'm away on vacation, like I said. So I'll speak about that next week. The results, I'll do a quick rundown maybe. Women should be booked better. That's the main thing to take away. So that's AEW. Hey, Brennan, got any shout-outs?
Hey there, pal, it's me, Mickey Mouse, and you're listening to Brandon Shoutouts.
I Love LA gets the first shout-out. It's a brand new show on HBO. Have you heard anything of this? Probably not.
Tell me about it, because this is the one that looks like a reality show, like Love Island thing.
No, I'm not watching a Love Island program.
I don't know.
This is a comedy.
The image on their
show.
HBO, the HBO has a new image to like thumbnail and stuff where it looked like it resembled something like that, but I didn't really watch the trailer.
This is comedy. There's some drama. It was created by Rachel Sennett, and she stars in it as well. It's about a group of friends who live in LA. She's an actress. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Like, if you don't know her, you don't know her.
Nope.
But
I don't know her.
Odessa Zion stars in it as well. True Whitaker, Josh Hutcherson, Leighton Meester appears on the show as well. The full series is going to be all out by Christmas, and I've enjoyed Sennett's other work from what I've seen in her past roles, so I was interested in this, and there's only one episode out so far that I've seen, and I've enjoyed it, so I would recommend it. My next shout out goes to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which aired on Disney Plus this past weekend. I think this was a great event. You had Bad Company, Chubby Checker inducted, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, The White Stripes, Salt and Pepper, Warren Zevon, Tom Bell, Nicky Hopkins, Carol Kay, Lenny Waronker. I thought they would have either Outkast or Cyndi Lauper main event this event, but it was actually Joe Cocker. They had Cyndi Lauper, Bryan Adams, the Tedeschi Trucks Band, Teddy Swims, Leon Thomas, Chris Robinson, and Nathaniel Rateliff all perform Joe Cocker songs, and then with a little help of my friends. So I thought that was a well done performance. I was really hoping that Outkast would perform together, but only Big Boy ended up performing. Like, they haven't performed. I don't think they've performed together in well over a decade at this point. So I was like, I had a little hope for maybe at the Hall of Fame, the least.
Uh-huh.
But they had a bunch of other musicians step in. Big Boy performed, like I said. But this was awesome. I'll put a pin in that. My last shout-out is not a shout-out, an anti-shout-out. I know I am one of the very few, the Fantastic Four First Steps. getting an anti-shout-out.
Oh.
This movie, back when they first showed off all the trailers, I was like, this movie kind of looks boring. And then it comes out, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is one of the greatest movies ever. You included.
Did anybody actually say that now?
A lot of people. This has a lot of really good reviews.
I mean,
also, you did. You literally told me that.
I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish what you say, then I'll say what I say.
I finally watched it. It's out on Disney Plus. I thought this was so boring.
Why?
I just thought it was. I don't know. I felt like the way people spoke about. No, the way I felt about this movie was how I feel like others felt about Eternals. I liked Eternals. I didn't care for this. This was slow. The story was flat for me. The team didn't feel like they had any chemistry. Even Sue and Reed, they didn't feel like they were even married. It didn't seem like they were having a kid or anything. Something felt off about their relationship. Now I just have to wait to see how they're presented. I would assume in present day form of the MCU, because this is taking place in the 60s. So obviously there's going to be some sort of time travel or something to get them into present day for the next movie. But I'm finding a lot of people saying I'm crazy for thinking this movie sucked.
So I was actually a fan of this movie. I thought that it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I could understand what you're saying with the chemistry between the two leads.
4 leads, all of them. None of them had chemistry. None of them had chemistry.
I guess
Ben, there was like no struggle whatsoever for him. He was just the thing. There was no like, oh my god, I look like this. There was no like realization or anything that was like, bro, I have to live like this. There was no like internal struggle whatsoever. And if there was, there wasn't enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I could understand where you're coming from, but I could definitely understand where you're coming from, but I thought it was still a good movie. I didn't think that it was too bad. But also, I do agree, but Eternals was a good movie.
Oh,
and I'm seeing now people are watching Eternals again and finally admitting that Eternals actually wasn't that bad.
It just sucks that they disappeared.
I mean, they only have themselves to blame.
No, I don't. Why? Why would what? Like, did they badmouth the movie or something? Is that what you're meaning, or what?
Yeah, the Eternals.
I don't remember.
Yeah, fans hated on the Eternals.
No. You said they only have themselves to blame.
Yeah, as in the fans.
Oh, I thought you meant like the cast or something.
No.
Yeah, I thought Eternals was better than people were saying.
100%. I thought that maybe
I would rather watch
too...
that. I would rather watch a sequel to that than a sequel to the Fantastic Four. I like the original Fantastic Four movie that we got. A lot of people were like, "Those movies suck."
The Eternals was a little bit too long in length, wise, but no, I thought that this Fantastic Four, I liked it more than the other ones that were done.
I felt like they had way more chemistry with the other cast. And when I say the other cast, I mean the Jessica Alba version, not the other. Which the other version was fine as well, just not like... I don't know. I would also rather watch that movie than this one too, though.
Yeah.
So. But those are my shout-outs now and anti-shout-out. Now it's time for our...
Mark Out Moment of the Week.
That is right, our Mark Out Moment of the Week. What do you got?
Mark Out Moment of the Week. I marked out everything with the the stuff with the Joe Hendry and Matt Cardona and Chelsea Green. Totally marked out over that. Marked out over Chelsea Green with her new championship again. Still, everything just coming out of that. Marked out for... there was a few cool action figures that I saw that were being put out there that I... Like the LJNs, I think, look really cool. Marked out for those. Marked out for John Cena. Yeah, I feel like it's just a lot of fun right now coming towards the end of the John Cena time. And it's kind of weird that he had a heel turn this year too, and it makes you wonder what if that didn't happen. But yeah, I marked out a ton from all of that. What about you?
Well, I want to say I won't be able to play the new DLC that comes out for WWE 2K25, but we have Tito Santana, who I think looks good. Sid Justice, I think, is a surprise to have him as Sid Justice. That was his first video game appearance in 1992.
Jeez.
Previously they gave us in
what was that, WrestleMania Challenge? No.
What was it? It was something on
maybe.
It was something on one of those earlier, obviously.
NES.
92. Yeah. I forget what it was.
It was
but
NES.
They gave us, it was 2017, 18, and 19, they gave us Psycho Sid. And I think in like every other sort of video game iteration, it was either Sid or Sid Vicious for like WCW wise. The Sid Justice is kind of disappointing. A lot of people wanted Psycho Sid. I'm fine with Sid Justice overall. His theme song is the WWE Network dub of Sid Justice's theme song.
Psycho Sid's theme song, I think, is very, very underrated.
Yeah. We don't get it in this
very
game.
Underrated. Huh?
I said, yeah, we don't get it in this game.
Yeah.
We get a dubbed version of a WCW theme song for a non-WCW wrestler, but what do you want to do? And then also dubbed theme song, you got Junkyard Dog in the pack. I've waited for quite some time to have Junkyard Dog in the games, and I was hoping that they would give us his white attire, but it's his red attire. They always give us that red attire. I don't know why. And they also gave us a theme song I don't think he ever used. I think it's because he used Another One Bites the Dust, so that's not happening. And he also used Grab Them Cakes. I don't know why that's not being used. This one is a theme song that he had, I think, specifically made for Legends of WrestleMania, or whatever that show, that game was called, from WWE a few years ago. We have Paul Orndorff. He looks really good. I was hoping he would have his WCW theme song, but I'm fine with what we got. And then Jesse Ventura. Maybe the last time we ever see Jesse Ventura in a game with all those rumors, I have no idea.
Yeah, he, I guess, maybe finished up.
I hope not. I really hope that's not a one and done thing, because I've waited for years to have an actual Jesse Ventura in the video games. Huh. So I really hope that that's not it. But on the topic of WWE 2K25, the other week, people received some random things from 2K, and not everybody. A few people received, like, My Faction points. In My Faction, they received cards. Kane 2003 is a collection reward, which means you have to complete the collection. You have to get 5 different cards in the set to get this Kane unlocked. Some people got him. He comes with Slow Chemical. I didn't get lucky enough to get him. But another card that some people were given was a Galaxy Opal Drew McIntyre, which is also a collection reward, where you have to complete. They gave us like these. It's like a numbers game, they say. And there's like, I don't know if it's like 5 different sets or whatever. And you have to complete each set. And as they get like more, like higher and higher, the prices are like absolutely insane. So like I had most of the cards for the lower cards. Thank God I was able to get that McIntyre, because that Drew McIntyre, there's literally no way to get all those cards even right now. The market just doesn't even have all those cards, and there's no way to get all those cards without paying actual money once they do actually get in the shop. But I accidentally got the card. I don't know how it happened. They just randomly gave that. And it led for me being able to unlock the infinite Drew McIntyre 2010 Persona card. So I have Broken Dreams, at least, in my game. I just think it's really scummy that it was a few people that got this. Like, some people, I don't want to say a few, because it was more than a few. Because there were people that didn't get as lucky as I did to skip steps. Mm-hmm. And 2K just didn't even acknowledge it.
Boo.
I think that's super scummy of them. But I popped for that. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like I had spoken about earlier in my shout-outs, WWE was included in the video package for Cyndi Lauper. You had clips of Wendy Richter, Hulk Hogan, Captain Lou Albano, Roddy Piper. I almost said Roderick Strong. But yeah, I popped for that. I was hoping that she would mention them, like, at least in her speech. But she's like, I'm not going to mention any names in my speech. There's too many names.
Wow, that sounds like her.
Yes.
That's a good impression of her.
Spot on, Queens.
Yeah.
And then earlier in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I popped at In Vogue actually performing What a Man with Salt and Pepper. They had a killer performance, all of them. And Kid and Play was randomly with them just to literally take off the Salt and Pepper jackets and hand them to Salt and Pepper. And like they did the Kid and Play dance that they do. Mm-hmm. It really made no sense that they were there. But Salt and Pepper later on in the Hall of Fame with Cyndi Lauper's performance, actually. Cyndi was performing Girls Just Want to Have Fun with Avril Lavigne. And Salt and Pepper joined in for that. So I thought that was really cool. Yeah, and there's so many people not in the Hall of Fame that I need to get into that Hall of Fame. So hopefully one day. I was also watching Married at First Sight, which is now on Peacock. It's an exclusive to Peacock. It used to be on Lifetime. And for the first month anniversary gift for one of the couples, because the wife liked wrestling when she was younger, the husband also liked wrestling, but he ends up getting them a pro wrestling training session. I don't know what kind of anniversary gift that is, but it turned out that they were going to be training with Mark Henry. So that was like a completely unexpected thing to see on Married at First Sight. So I thought that was pretty cool. And they both like,
interesting.
They both marked out over meeting Mark Henry. So I thought that was really cool.
That's cool.
So you don't have any other mark out moments?
No, I'm not having any mark out moments. I saw some news, but I can't say it's official, but apparently it's being said that Netflix is announcing that Cena is going to be wrestling at Raw next week, but I don't see any confirmation, so I'm not going to confirm that. And if that is true, I'm so sorry, Brandon.
It's fine. I saw a second to last match. I saw that. I know for a fact I saw it. Damn it. And plus, he's going to be coming out in a New York Yankees shirt, so it doesn't even make sense.
I don't get that at all.
0 cents. So those are the mark out moments of the week. That is episode 771. Thank you so much for listening to the reduced episode, of course. Because by the time you hear this, I am not in New York anymore. You can follow us on Twitter at Markin Out, at BTTG161 on all platforms. Chris Sweendog, SeamSweeney85, David, PTDPT on all platforms. Facebook.com/Markin Out. YouTube and Instagram are Markin Out 11. If you'd like to support us by purchasing a t-shirt over at ProWrestlingTees.com/Markin Out, we would greatly appreciate that. We would also greatly appreciate you rating, reviewing, and subscribing on all platforms. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube. You can listen to us on markinout.com. You could follow us at Markinout on TikTok as well. We would very much so appreciate the follows and likes over there. And we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. Have a fantastic week.